How's it going, everyone? Data here, and welcome back to the Detroit Red Wings franchise mode here in NHL 26. Moving into episode number 9 of our series, which is halfway through year number 3, the 2027-28 regular season. In the last one, we had an okay first half where, yes, we're on pace to win 44 games, going 22-15-4, but the season included a very hot first quarter, as you could call it. It included an 8-game win streak. Life was looking really good, but now we are 2-8-0 in our last 10 games, losing many games by 1 or 2 goals as the scoring just hasn't come through. We're 5th in the division right now in a wildcard spot in a very strong Atlantic division as per usual. Look at the Canadians in 8th place in the NHL, but they're in a wildcard spot, and we are in 12th place in the NHL. So last year we finished 10th in the league, and we see that it's going to be a very similar story if we want to make the postseason again in back-to-back years. We're going to need a top 10 finish at the very least, it looks like, if we're going to make the postseason in this Atlantic division. Now, the scoring was a major issue. Yes, we have Dylan Larkin on pace to go over point per game. Very nice. Lucas Raymond on pace for 74 points. No problem. Alex DeBrincat, then we start to drop off very quickly, on pace for a 52-point season. Alex DeBrincat has been a big problem in this franchise mode series so far. Year 1, 73 points. Okay, awesome. Year 2, the first half on pace for 44 points. Then in the second half, he goes point per game. And we say, okay, he ended with 61 points. Nice, Alex DeBrincat, he's back. Playoffs, 0 points in 5 games. And now to start the first half of year 3, yes, 15 goals, yes, a 30-goal pace, that's great, but just 26 points as a negative 11. So is it his goal scoring? Is it the line? I don't know, what is it? Alex DeBrincat, he's been hot the last few games even. If we look at the split stats, he has 4 goals and 9 points in his last 10 games. Can we put all of our problems on Alex DeBrincat? Probably not. But where is the scoring going to come from? Kevin Fiala also struggling. 9 goals on pace for just 18 goals. He scored 33 goals last season. 9 goals in 26 games as a Red Wing, just in the 26 games in Detroit. This year, as many goals in 15 more games. So his shooting percentage way down from 15.3 to 10.5, but his ice time is up by over 4 more minutes per game. So Kevin Fiala has been a big disappointment as well. Can we trade him as easily after just acquiring him? Plus he has the trade clauses and all that. Probably not. He's also expiring in 1 more year. Is Kevin Fiala the actual problem? Maybe. But between DeBrincat and Fiala, the scoring is not coming. Now, Carlson's doing all right. Bradley Nadeau as just a 22-year-old on pace for 42 points. That's fine, 83 overall. The last episode entitled "The Kids," let the kids cook. That's what's been happening. Recent on pace for a 24-goal and close to 40-point rookie season. Easton Cowan, 17 points as third-line center. Sandin Pellikka on pace for 32 points as a 79 overall, 78 now 79. Max Aho, horrible plus-minus because of what's going on with the second line, negative 14. And then that's it for the rookies, yes. Then for the goaltending, his new extension, not bad numbers. Augustine, okay as backup. But it's really been the scoring. We can't get anything going, at least in a sustainable level. If you look at goals for and all that on the right side of your screen, we're 25th in the NHL in goals for per game, 15th in goals against, 30th for the power play. That's going to need an overhaul. 8th for penalty kill. That's nice. So the power play needs a big change, and we got to find scoring somewhere. Where is that going to be? That's where we're going to turn to the AGM comments left in the last one. This is where the lineup was when we closed out the first half of the season. Definitely changes to come for the second half of the season. So first things first, we were talking last episode about what is our new official challenge going to be in the series. We don't want to have the stakes being so high that the series will end if things don't go well, but what is our next goal? First it was make the playoffs within 2 years, no exceptions. Now what do we want to have, let's say by year 5 or so, if we want to give ourselves a higher goal? First comment coming in from Intelligent Dice said, winning a division is another milestone goal. I like the reduced budget or trade a star demand if the team isn't going anywhere. Is that star possibly Larkin? Potentially. Another comment coming in from Ragamuffin Gunner who said, put the fate of your captain on the line. Stanley Cup final or President's Trophy by year 5 or Larkin is gone. Those are the type of challenges that I would love to have solidified to begin year 4. So we'll keep workshopping ideas. Maybe there's a wheel of punishment that was discussed as well. What is the official challenge going to be? Is it more regular season based, playoffs based? We'll have that for the beginning of year 4, absolutely. So keep leaving your suggestions or affirming suggestions that you heard from others. Now for the trades, as I just said, maybe it's not Alex DeBrincat, maybe it's Kevin Fiala. Korski in the comments saying, I'd be trading Fiala way before DeBrincat. Fiala has been far more disappointing, especially given his ice time. That's true, playing close to over 20 minutes on average per night. Meanwhile, DeBrincat, yes, he's struggling at 17:35 though. And at the same time, he signed on at 7x7, and Fiala, not expiring just yet, but just 2 more years, or 1 more year after this one, at 7.875. It doesn't mean that he'll walk after this season, but we do have DeBrincat locked up for longer. Kevin Fiala has shown himself to be a better simulation sniper, I think, but he's just not really clicking right now. Just because he's not clicking in the first half of the season, does that mean we trade him? The sample size of struggle is larger for Alex DeBrincat, especially when we've put a lot of trust in him and he hasn't shown up in the postseason. Shankly Mania said that power play is a dumpster fire. Yes, it is. Alex DeBrincat out, please. He's had time to perform and never did that. Fiala to the second line, Riisanen to the first. Defense needs better chemistry. It's weird that our goalies have around 3 goals allowed, but a 900 plus save percentage. Yeah, all good observations there. Thank you. Vinny says, you need some power forwards on this team. Too much skill, especially in the bottom 6. The line chem is looking horrible. Yeah, we're going to fix that with some conversations here at the first half for sure. But yeah, in the bottom 6, we have Rasmussen, who's 6'6". We have Sissons, who's a 2-way guy, more of that grit with the 4-star physical. Yeah, that's good. But Jeff Skinner, sniper, Aho, Cowan, Nadeau, those younger guys. I could see a world where one of these younger guys like Aho moves up. Well, it depends on what happens in the top 6, but I could just see a world where at least our 13th forward comes in more often. Maybe Skinner moves out and Ozzy Weisblatt comes in a little bit more. 2-way guy, not the biggest, but at least he has the, 86 aggressiveness, 88 body checking, better than whatever Jeff Skinner has. But yeah, if we could get an actual power forward, that would be nice. Moving over to Cheating Heel now, who said, man, the lack of scoring from our snipers is really a major issue. And let me guess, the minute we trade them, they'll score 40, exactly like Mason McTavish, yeah. Alex DeBrincat and Fiala should both be 35 to 40 goal players with us, but we're far from that. Maybe we do have to trade both. Some targets that might be interesting for us to look at could be Matt Boldy in Minnesota, Gauthier or Seneca in Anaheim, Gunther in Utah, Lafreniere in New York. All good ideas, maybe even looking at who the top goal scorers in the league are. That's kind of what we did with Kevin Fiala when we acquired him, and then now a year later it didn't work out, but I see the logic. But either way, jumping down, something has to give. If we trade DeBrincat and Fiala only to have them explode like McTavish did, so be it. Currently, they aren't meeting expectations, and changing the coach hasn't improved their scoring, so I guess that they need to go, unfortunately. This team has the potential to be very good for quite some time, but we need our top scoring options to produce accordingly, and neither of them have been doing so it's probably time to see them out. Our kids are mostly doing okay, all things considered. Some might be able to give a bit more, but I'm not in a rush to get them there at this time. Power play is atrocious. We need to do some major tinkering there. Hard to say what we could do depending on who we trade out and all of that. But anyhow, let's see what's out there and pull a couple of trades. Fingers crossed that it will fix our issues. Thank you, Cheating Heel. And one more comment now, as we were just talking about size before. Razor says Taylor Radish could be a good pickup off of Minnesota. He's an expiring contract, decent 2-way guy. Maybe some sort of bigger deal could be made with other pieces involved. Yeah, we'll keep that in mind, especially as we look at Minnesota with Matt Boldy. And the last comment will come in from Hobbsy in the Discord server, who said, I don't understand this Wings team. They're good, but they're bad. Nobody can score, yet they're winning. It's bizarre. Anyway, onto some thoughts. One of, if not both, of Fiala and DeBrincat need to pack their bags and head out of Hockey Town. We need production from the top 6, and they're just simply not providing enough of it. I think with DeBrincat for sure, we look at a top 6 swap, kind of like the IRL Ottawa-Buffalo trade with Cousins and Norris last year. Lafreniere could be an option. Minnesota is also struggling, and we've done a trade with them before, so in theory, there's some goodwill with Bill Guerin. So maybe DeBrincat for Boldy makes sense. As Cheating Heel mentioned in the comments, Anaheim and Utah also have a plethora of forwards that we could make a hockey trade with. Bottom line is we need production from somewhere, and at this point, it's likely going to have to come from outside the organization. I think the defense and goalies are fine unless we use Matheson to try and trade for a forward and then bring in Lyubushkin / Jacob Bernard-Docker full-time, since they've both looked good as they've been in and out of the lineup. I still have faith in this team, but I think we need a couple swaps in the top 6 to boost production to make this a less stressful second half. Hobbsy, I'm with you. Thank you very much. In response to Hobbsy's comment, there was some discussion in the Discord server saying, well, maybe we've tried DeBrincat on the first line. Maybe that's where the issues are. Let's have him adjust to the coach's scheme fit, and then let's give him a chance towards the trade deadline and see what happens. And Hobbsy said, see, I tend to agree, but we also did that last year, and we didn't end up moving him. He had a good second half, and now he's on pace for 50 points the next year. I'm not sure I want to see a scenario where we bump him up until the deadline, he goes on a heater, we keep him, and then he jumps back in the freezer after the deadline. So I will say, if DeBrincat were to go on a heater now as a first liner, I'd have more faith in that continuing rather than last year under Todd McLennan. So whether or not we're trading him, at the very least, I think we just have to do that experiment so that we can say that we did it. Alex DeBrincat to the first line to start the second half of the year with Larkin and Raymond. We're going to adapt his line fit for the first line. We're going to have a conversation and see what happens. Riesenen will stay second line with Casper and now Kevin Fiala, who will play second line right wing. We'll try that out. And third line, fourth line can stay the same. I think Skinner can come out a little bit. 5 points, -8 in 41 games. Let's try Ozzy Weisblatt and try him with Sissons and Rasmussen. And then on defense, I don't think we'll touch anything here. Unless, actually, Mike Matheson with his 7 points and -8, he might be on his way out as well. That's a question mark. So I'm going to go crazy here and say, let's give Axel Sandin Pellikka some more ice time with John Carlson. And let's go Matheson Labushkin on the third pair. Chemistry's not good. We're going to try and adapt the chemistry as well for Edvinsson and Seider on the top pair to start off the second half. Edvinsson, Seider, DeBrincat. And we're going to simulate a little bit more and see what happens. So to kick off the episode, we're going to go talk to Alex DeBrincat and see if he can adapt. Trades will come. Someone's getting traded, but let's wait a few games. On ice play, let's talk to Alex DeBrincat. Scheme fit, please. Convincing, yes. Line 1, you just saved your life. So Alex DeBrincat will adapt to line 1, very good. Simon Edvinsson, convincing, thank you. Adapt to pair 1, the first D pair. And Moritz Seider, same for you. Scheme fit, come on, fail. Yeah, so I'll have to try again next month. I've been struggling, believe it. Yeah, no, just adapt. Just adapt, man. So first line, still the +5, not DeBrincat, perfect fit, very good. And on defense, a 0. Okay, better than -1. Riesenen, Casper, Fiala. Actually, Casper said no last time, so we're going to try again for Marco Casper. And that'll be the last one that we do. Marco Casper to adapt to line 2, as he said no at the beginning of the season. And he hasn't been doing very well either. So scheme fit, thank you very much. Line 2, good. Now, does that take away the -1 at the very least? Please. And we got to fix the power play. Yeah, we can't move on until that happens. So now the first line has a 0. At least there's that. So Riesenen has to adapt to something eventually. I'm not sure where he's going to be. He fits perfectly on the first line, which I don't know if I want to change because that's going to be already good once he graduates that spot, hopefully, eventually. Now the power play. +5, but that means nothing. And on the second unit, it has a 0. We're trying more of that younger second unit. So I'm going to tinker around with things. I'm going to at least input what Cheating Heel suggested in his comment and see what happens for the first, 5 to 10 games after the second half. And then we'll have to go from there. All right, and here we go. So first unit, Larkin, Nadeau, Riesenen, Raymond, Sandin Pellikka with the +1. Second unit, it's going to be Casper, Fiala, Aho, DeBrincat, Carlson with the +5. And we go from there. So lineup changes, scheme fit changes, special team changes, trades to come, but let's get this second half of the season started. So we'll sim to this first game of the second half against New Jersey Devils, hosting them at home. Similar record. Grand Rapids injury, head coach can replace him. Hosting the Devils for the first game of the second half. Let's do it. Similar records, looking for our 23rd win. I think they're looking for their 25th win. Let's do it at Little Caesars. We're hot. We're ready. First period, 2-1 Devils. Hamilton. Matheson ties it down on that third pair. Then McCann. So 2 power play goals. We fixed the power play, and then our penalty kill allows 2. As we're outshot 20-6. A shot per minute for the Devils, on pace for 60 shots. Second period, Nico Hischier makes it 3-1. We're down by 2. Once again, the scoring not coming through. We have 1 goal from our third pair defensemen. Nothing from any forwards. As we're being, thank you, Riesenen. There you go. Reese's Pieces is going to be the only guy who can get anything going. As we're being outshot 39-28. Last 10 minutes now. Can we get something else from one of our veterans? Moritz Seider with the A on his chest. 3-3 game. There's a little bit of passion. Can we have anything late or maybe overtime heroics? Get at least a point out of this? Yes, we do. Overtime being outshot 44-31 from down 3-1 to forcing overtime. Can we pull out the dub at home? Shootout! The Devils take it. Jesper Bratt. 48-35 the shots end, but at least we get a point out of it. Wallstedt makes 45 saves. Oh my God. That's why the goals against average is high, yet the save percentage is also high, allowing 3 goals a game, but with a 940 save percentage, as we're allowing all kinds of shots and can't score anything ourselves. All right, so now we're 2-7-1 in our last 10 games. Isn't that nice? Risanen loves scoring the slow sim, by the way. All right, first period against the Blue Jackets, down 1-0. Second period, 4-1, thank you. Carlson, DeBrincat, Larkin, and Nadeau. Let's call it there, 4-3, as the Blue Jackets almost come back. We win that one 4-3. DeBrincat, Carlson, Fiala. Yeah, we're going to do 10 games, because then we can look at everyone's metrics in the little thing and say last 10 game split stats and all of that. So I believe, yeah, the 20th is when the next scouting assignment is. So I'll pause here on the 20th, and then we'll go to the calendar to sim 8 more games. All right, so scouts sent out. First 2 games are done. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 against the Ducks. 9 and then 10 against the Canucks here. Okay, so back-to-back game against the Ducks with like a week break in between. All-Star break, Olympic break, whatever it might be. Smith in the AHL, all right. Yoel Armia on waivers. Oh, I'm a huge Yoel Armia guy, but 79 at 34, 2 more years on his contract. Can't do it. And then a third and a fourth with 2 prospects. No, thank you. So I have to pause here. AHL, NHL, swap, blah, blah. All right, so 5-4 loss. Again, we score 4, but we allow 5. Always something that goes wrong. Here we go against the Oilers. Sissons pulls his groin. Once again, stopping us. So now, 4th line center will be Michael Rasmussen, and Jeff Skinner comes back into the lineup for a little bit. Not too long, but yeah. All right, continuing on. 6-5 loss. Again, we score 5, but allow 6. 6-3 loss against the Minnesota Wild, one of the worst teams in the NHL. 4-2 win against the Blackhawks after that. Oh my goodness. On the road against the Predators. 6-4 loss. No, it's enough. It's enough. We're not going to get to 10 games. We're not going to get to 10 games. All right, so let's look at the lineup. In the last, what was that? So missing 3, so 7 games? Last 7 games. Alex DeBrincat. No points in his last 3, but he had 6 points in 3 games before that. 2, 2, and 2, so 6 points in 3 games. Then 0 points in 3 games. Game 41, so that's, yeah, starting at the halfway. So 6 points in those 7 games. So 6 points in 7 games since we started with that change. All right, Kevin Fiala, how about you? Game logs, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 points in 7 games. Okay. And like, where's the struggle then? +7, +3, +8, -9, John Carlson, -8, Mike Matheson, +5 from Lyubushkin. Is it the defense then? Wallstedt down to a .908 save percentage, 3.1 goals against average. John Gibson about the same. Goaltending's been a struggle now. Maybe we'll swap John Gibson with Trey Augustine. Give Trey Augustine a start, but beesh. The power play, how about that? Power play is at 29th in the NHL now 10.3. Baby steps. Where are the issues then? Where are the issues? Marco Kasper, only 5 goals on the season. 8 points in his last 7 games. Marco Kasper scoring just fine. Is it in the bottom 6? -5 +2. -17 Max Aho. Aho, man, I can't trust you. What if Jeff Skinner moved up? Would that be crazy if Jeff Skinner moved up and we just see what happens with Aho on the 4th line plus power play? Would that be crazy for a little bit? But like, what can be done? The guys who were worried about their scoring are scoring, but we're still not winning. So what trade would it be? It would be a defense trade, if anything. Going through this game against the Ducks, let's see it. 3-2 shootout win with Trey Augustine between the pipes. Thank you. Nice little week break here. Okay, on the road against the Ducks. Let's go. We'll sim through it, then we'll go see the Canucks. Hey, a 1-0 loss. Are you kidding me? We lose 6-5. We lose 1-0. There's no middle ground. And Jeff Skinner on the 3rd line. Did he do anything in those couple games on the 3rd line? Again, if we go to game logs. No, 3 assists though a couple games ago. Okay, so Aho goes back, or hold on. Maybe Rasmussen moves up. I don't know. Let's try Rasmussen there. Aho stay 4th line. And defense, I mean, they only allowed 1 goal. We got to score. We got to score. All right, here's that 10th game before the trades come in. 25, 20, and 5. I am not liking this start to the second half. 4-3 after the first period. Sandin Plika, Larkin, Sissons, DeBrincat. 4 goals on 9 shots, but we allow 3 on 18. Second period, 5-4 goal apiece. Risanen, again in the slow sim, and Pettersson. Data 782 Hall of Famer. Shots 31-22 Vancouver, but we're up by 1. Power play Canucks to start the 3rd period. Killed off with a 5-4 lead. Power play Red Wings, come on, killed off. Can't get anything going on the power play. 10 minutes into the 3rd period. Thank you, Alex DeBrincat, making it 6-4. The Cat just fighting back all those 9 lives. Every episode he keeps fighting back. Alex DeBrincat. Final couple minutes, and that'll thankfully be a victory as we get outshot 42-32, but win 6-4. Allow 4, but score 6, finally. So, in our last 10 games since starting the second half, we are 4-5-1. That is not enough. The power play has gotten worse at 9.6%. No. Alex DeBrincat, let's see. Last 10 games, then it was nothing for 3 games or 4 games, then that 3-point night. 9 points in his last 10. Larkin Raymond are always going to be Larkin Raymond. Tuukka Risanen, he, again, split stats. He has 5 goals, 6 points in his last 10. There's some goal scoring. Casper is Casper. Just gets assists, I guess. I'd almost trade Marco Casper. Where am I going? Split stats. Kevin Fiala, 8 points in his last 10 games. He gets points. He's producing. Where's the problem? Not a lot of points. Yeah, it's the bottom 6 production. There's nothing going on there. No production in the bottom 6. 5 points from Weisblatt. Love that. Edvinsson, +8. Seider, +5. Sandin Pellikka, 17 points, +9, getting his ice time. Karlsson, -9. Matheson, -8. Labushkin, +6. Could we trade Matheson for some sort of third-line fix? And goaltending, Wallstedt still not impressing us. Augustine's been getting better. Maybe Augustine's going to start for a little bit. I would want to do some sort of trade what we spoke about, where it's one of those guys moving in a package for a Lafreniere or a Boldy or something. Let's start looking at trades. I don't think DeBrincat would move right now. Am I crazy to say that? Maybe. Now, Minnesota, they're 16, 29, and 7. They're buyers. Matt Boldy, not on the block, 89 overall. He's 26, sign on for 2 more years. Honestly, I doubt that they would move him in a deal for a guy where Fiala is 31 or DeBrincat is 30 or Matheson's 33 comes back. So I don't think that works for Minnesota. Now, Anaheim, same thing. Cutter Gauthier is, 23, 24. Seneca's like 21. That they're also a losing team and they're sellers. They wouldn't want a guy in his 30s. Now, the New York Rangers are 25, 21, and 6. Very similar to us. They're buyers. They have very similar situation. Tight cap as well. And here's what I noticed. And now Lafreniere is injured. Oh, no. Hold on. What's the injury? What I noticed about their team is that they have no snipers really in the top 6. So moving a playmaker for a sniper might be interesting for them. Where's the injury report? There. Please don't tell me this is long-term. New York Rangers. DeBrincat pending evaluation. Lovely. Maybe that makes more reason for why they want to trade him, though. But we can't... Hold on. Let's at least advance a couple days, and hopefully they have an evaluation for him by then. Let's get to the game against the Kraken, advancing 2 days. Now, let's see. Returning February 21st. All right, sore foot. Phew. So, Alexis Lafreniere is a very interesting one. They don't have him on the block, but they're in the very similar spot as us, where they are desperate to make the postseason, yet they're another conservative buyer, sorting by overall. They have Patrick Kane, but I know might simulate as a sniper. He's a playmaker. He's going to retire soon anyways. No one else. Panarin, playmaker. Cooley, power forward. Trocheck, power forward, I think, as well. Gabe Perreault is the only sniper on this entire team, actually, in terms of player type. Only one in the entire lineup. So I was thinking, if there's a package where Alexis Lafreniere comes over, 5 more years, 4 years after this one at 7.45, modified no trade, but he'd be willing to come here. If they would throw in some sort of depth defenseman, I looked at this little pre-scouting. If I said, okay, here's Will Borgen, who's on a $4.1 million deal for 3 more years. Maybe we could just flip him to another team. 5 games, not being used at all. So give me Will Borgen to figure out the cap situation. I'll give you Mike Matheson, who you want. And then the forward going back would have been Kevin Fiala or Alex DeBrincat. But now with DeBrincat doing what he's doing, Fiala's been doing well at the same time. But maybe Lafreniere would replace Fiala, and this deal would allow us to go out and get someone for the third line as well. If we give you Fiala and Matheson, and you get to dump Borgen, move Lafreniere, moving out a playmaker for a sniper in Kevin Fiala. And this might be interesting, yeah. So Fiala, Lafreniere, top 6 swap. Matheson, we downgrade, but that allows Jacob Bernard-Docker to come into the lineup on the third pair where Matheson is anyways. But the Rangers get the upgrade for their defense. They get Jeff Skinner as a sniper over Lehkonen as a two-way guy, or Corey Perry, who's just taking $1.1 million to be a healthy scratch. So Skinner at 50%, Fiala, Matheson second and a third. What do you think about this, New York? Still rejected. So I've been trying all kinds of concoctions. Fiala with Matheson, with Skinner, with picks, with firsts. It's just not working to get Lafreniere. It's just not working. And I understand that they don't want to move him, But in terms of their needs, they have no snipers. Fiala and 2/3 just on their own? Not even. It would have to be Fiala, like a first and a second. I don't want to do that. Fiala with a second and 2/3? No. No, it's just not going to happen if it's Fiala. Maybe with DeBrincat it gives more value. But Lafreniere with some sort of Fiala package for Lafreniere is not going to happen. So we might have to look outside the box here. Maybe Fiala and DeBrincat will stay, and we simply move Matheson for some sort of third-line scorer. If we see what the league would offer us for Mike Matheson, what do we see? Klepov and a third prospects, Brodin, Foligno. Radish, yeah, we're thinking about Taylor Radish. That might be the idea we come back to with a third and a fifth. Philippe Danault, Evgeny Malkin. So, Penguin, even Rust. Oh, two, Rust and Malkin. Okay, let's go to the Penguins. Raquel and Malkin? Whoa. Okay, so let's go to the Penguins. And yes, so we'll start with the Wild, then we'll go look at the Penguins. This could be interesting now. So, the Wild, yeah, ridiculous. 16, 29, and 7. Radish, 6.4 million, but we can afford him. 85 overall power forward. He'd be good for that third line. 32 points in 52 games. Taylor Radish is speaking to me. Plus draft picks coming back. That could be the deal right there. But the Penguins also have a very enticing package for us. They have a better record, so they'd be more interested in getting Mike Matheson. Raquel at an 84 has 31 points in 51 games. But does it make sense that the Penguins would give Raquel and Malkin that they're trying in their final seasons maybe? If they give us Raquel and Rust, it would be great to get 2/3 or like middle six, bottom six guys. But then who's here for their forwards? They're pushing for the playoffs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 becomes their top 6 with Raquel and Rust gone. Malkin's on their block, I understand, but are they throwing in the towel? Then 1, 2, 3 is their third line. 1, 2, 3. Actually, this guy's in the juniors even. I don't know if it's making as much sense for the Penguins. On defense, yeah, because they're desperate on defense. That's why. The Penguins, it would make sense for them to get Matheson. But for the Wild, it makes sense that they give up Radish on an expiring contract. They get Matheson with a year left on his contract. The Penguins, who are pushing for the playoffs in possibly Crosby or Malkin's last year, would they move Malkin? I don't think so. Raquel would be the best pickup, though, here. Getting Raquel in this lineup. 31 points in 51 games at $5 million. But the Penguins are pushing. I think the Penguins have the better package, but realism-wise, I think getting Taylor Radish is what makes more sense. Might get some heat on that, but I think that's what makes more sense. Plus, getting a power forward would be great. A guy who's still young-ish. Yeah, 29 is fine. Not a guy who's going to be in his mid-30s. So, yes, let's do Matheson in a package for Radish. They're buyers for some reason. So that's going to be helping out their defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then they have extras even. Seamus Casey. I don't know. I guess it's because Matheson is signed on for the next year. They're going to lose Brodin. Maybe that's why. Anyways, I'm not going to take their rookie skaters. But if they have picks on the block and they're going to move them anyways, maybe I'll take the Buffalo third, because the third round from Minnesota is going to be the better pick, and they should keep their pick. So I'll take the third from Buffalo, and I'll take a fourth from St. Louis. Could I do that for Taylor Radish? Mike Matheson to the Minnesota Wild for Taylor Radish, a third and a fourth. They have a ton of picks. They're not even their own picks. What do you say, Minnesota? Rejected value's too far off. I want that third and fourth. I'll give you the seventh to get the third and the fourth and make it happen. What do you say, Mini? Trade accepted. Thank you very much. Whew, finally, a trade gets done. The forwards have been scoring. We just need a little bit of help in that bottom six, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep the top six like that, I suppose. And we'll fix up the lines and keep on going from here. Taylor Radish, welcome to Detroit. Already a good fit on the third line. Wonderful. Going in with Cowan and Nadeau. Plus, let's fix up that power play. Absolutely. Unit number 1, let's try this. DeBrincat, Larkin, Risanen, Carlson, Sandin, Palika. Second unit, let's get now Moritz Seider in. Raymond, Casper, Fiala with Seider and Radish. Aho will come out. And we'll go like that. +2 in that second unit and +5 somehow in that first unit, but doesn't mean anything. Michael Rasmussen will come out of the lineup because Ozzy Weisblatt has been really good. He has 5 points as a +3 in 10 games. So Ozzy will play with Sissons and Aho for the time being. Radish, Cowan, Nadeau. Top 6 will stay the same. I'm going to try and get Fiala to adapt to the second line now that he seems to be staying there. And I'm going to see if Nadeau can adapt to the third line, because he seems like a third line guy. I don't think he's one of the first line anytime soon. He has a perfect first line scheme fit. So Nadeau, Fiala, and Cider if they could adapt. And sending Pelika shout out, now an 80 overall. Love it. Cider, what do you say? Scheme fit. This time he's interested. Line 1, thank you. Kevin Fiala, scheme fit, says no. Sorry to offend you. And Bradley, scheme fit for you, Bradley. Yes. Third line, please. So that now brings the chemistry to still zeros on the third line. Hopefully it does something in the background of simulation, though. And on defense, +1 on the top pair now. Okay, at least there's that. Slowly building chemistry here with Jared Bednar, who, by the way, I wonder what his team fit is now with all those changes that we've made. It was like 30-something when we hired him, right? Now it's 75. Great. Still more to be done. But all right, moving on towards the trade deadline. We're not necessarily done yet, but Matheson out and Radish in. Hopefully that's going to solve the needs that we've been having. 10 games down in the second half. I can't believe that's all we've done so far. I feel like they've been recording for 2 hours, but so much has been cut with that Lafreniere trade. On the road in Seattle for the first game with Radish as a Red Wing. First period, 2-0 Seattle. There you go. 2 power play goals against. Very good from the new penalty killers, as Radish is also in that third unit now. Second period, 2 goals apiece. Shane Wright, is that a hat trick for Shane Wright? No. 2 for Wright and 2 for Montour. As Fiala and Nadeau score on their new line fits, now they both fit their lines. Actually, Fiala said no. Anyways, 4-2, being outshot 23-17, and another power play goal against. 7 for the final. Bernard Docker and Riesen get a couple. But we allow, what, 3 power play goals against, 4 power play goals against, losing 7-4. Berthan Catton had 5 assists. Data 782 Hall of Famer, by the way. I forgot that I wanted Augustine to be the starter. So the game will give it to Augustine against Edmonton, and then I'm turning off auto goalie rotate. I'm giving Augustine 4, 5, 6. I'll give him 7 games, and then we'll see against the Blues. But Augustine will start the next 7 games no matter what. All right, that's done. Let's go to the game against the Blues and see what kind of record we can have after that 7-4 shellacking. On the road in Edmonton, 9-2 win. Woo-hoo! There you go, 9-3 win. Back-to-back 9-goal games, outscoring our opponents 18-6. On the road in New York, on Long Island, 5-2 win against the Islanders. Facing the Kraken, this time they beat us again. Instead of 7-4, they beat us 3-2. Dallas at home against the Stars, 5-2 loss. So we have 3 huge wins, and then the win gets taken out of our sails with back-to-back losses. Hosting the Blackhawks, 4-2 win. The Wild have fired their head coach. Wow, is it Gulutzin? I always forget how it's pronounced. And on the road against Dallas, 7-5 loss. Lovely. 30-24-5 on the outside looking in the Atlantic Division. This is not looking pretty. Power play now, let's see. Up to 10.7%, still 30th in the league. The penalty kill has been bad. Goals for is getting higher, that's great, but goals against is too high as well. Augustine had 904 save percentage. So let's go back to Wallstedt. And for the penalty kill, we gotta make some changes here. Colton Sissons was our guy. Can't trust him anymore. Let's bring Larkin to the first one with Raymond, and let's go Lyubushkin. Second, let's go... Do we go Sissons, Casper still? Sure. Yeah, we'll do that. And on the third, Cowan, Radish, Sanin Pelika, and Bernard Docker. So just a change on that first unit, maybe. Or is that not enough? Let's go Cowan. Cowan, I mean, he has, 4-star defense, sure. Well, and a +2 in the second unit, good. So there are some power play changes. Wallstedt will start the next few games as well. We're scoring goals. I don't want to stop yet. We're scoring goals, just allowing too many too often. 3 more games till the trade deadline. Let's do it. Against the Blues, 6-4 win with those changes. Okay. On the road in Colorado, 3-0 shutout victory. Welcome back, Jesper Wallstedt. Last game before the deadline, we're 32-24-5. Still fighting and scrapping for that wild card spot with the Canadiens, the Bruins. The Lightning are probably too far ahead of us at 38-17-8, but still a divisional game here. How has Taylor Radish been doing? Down on that third line with Nadeau and Cowan. I wonder how Aho's been doing as well. Taylor Radish as a Red Wing. 11 points in 10 games. Oh my goodness, I love you, Taylor Radish. Oh, we're all eating radishes for supper. Okay. Now, how about everybody else now? Riesen, 23 goals from the rookie. Split stats. Last 10 games, 6 goals, 11 points. Keep doing your thing. Bradley Nadeau, 10 goals, 22 assists. What's he been doing last 10? 7 points in his last 10. Okay. Is it Max Aho down here? -16 still. 6 points in his last 10 with limited ice time. I mean, yeah, the forwards, they're okay. Edvinsson plus 16, Seider plus 12, Sandin Pellikka plus 16, Carlson's gotten better now to a -3, Lyubushkin plus 8, Bernard Docker plus 10. Where are the issues on this team? I don't see them. I guess it's just the goaltending. We need more consistent goaltending. We have 3 okay goalies. Are we really going to make a goaltending trade? I don't think so. 63 points from Larkin. Who else is struggling? Is anyone really standing out as a huge struggle? Kevin Fiala, is he in this trade category here at the deadline? I think he's turned it around. He has 8 points in his last 10. And now with 42 and 61, that's a 57-point pace. Is that enough? Maybe not, but it is better. He's a plus 15. Do we go out and trade a big shakeup like that to trade Kevin Fiala? I'm not sure if it's the time at this point. Recent in his scoring, it might be Marco Kasper who's our biggest problem with 8 goals and 34 points as a -2. His plus-minus has gotten better. I don't see a big glaring issue to address here at the deadline. Lyubushkin, Sissons, Ozzy Weisblatt, 8 points plus 4. Those have all been positives. I don't think we can do anything. It's just the goaltending that needs to find its groove. It's really the goaltending. Let's sim this game here against the Lightning. And by the way, that is with Wallstedt starting this one. All right, big game for Wallstedt on the road against a divisional matchup, against a divisional rival. First period 1-1, Gensel and DeBrincat. Second period 2-1, Lightning. Victor Hedman, shot 24-22. It's a power play goal. The other Radish, Darren. Oh my goodness, the power play goals. Our penalty kill and our goaltending. So maybe we need to trade for a better penalty killer. Colton Sissons, maybe you're tired, man. So help me with another power play goal. And we're going to score just 1 goal on Vasilevsky and lose 3-1. Great. Shots end 36-28 for us, but Vasilevsky makes 35 saves. Was that 3 assists for point? Colton Sissons, man. Are you doing enough as 4th line center? Colton Sissons. 16 points, -2, 4-star defense. Hard to really fight with that. Aho, -16. What's his plus-minus been over the last 10 games? Even plus-minus over the last 10 games, actually. And Weisblatt's low overall, but 8 points plus 4. What can be done? Nothing. Ride or die. That's the squad. Ride or die. I'll do my due diligence and check the trade blocks, but I don't see it. Okay, so looking around the league, and there might be just one player of interest in Vancouver where they're sub 500. They are sellers. Ryan Poehling, not the most interesting name, but 83 overall. And check out the defensive attributes. 85 defensive awareness, 89 shot blocking, 87 stick checking, center left wing, 4-star skate, 92 acceleration, 94 speed. Didn't know that you were about that, Ryan Poehling. My bad. I could see us getting Ryan Poehling. We got that 3rd and 4th back in the Radish deal. Maybe we move our 3rd and 4th. And we keep the Buffalo 3rd and St. Louis 4th. So that could be a possibility. Maybe we just flip those 2 picks and turn it into Ryan Poehling. What do you say about this, Vancouver? Could we get a 7th back? We gave up a 7th in the other trade, right? To get that 4th, right? Yeah, but no, they wouldn't get the 7th. What do you do with straight up 3rd and a 4th for Ryan Poehling? Maybe even a 5th? 3rd and a 5th just to check here. Ryan Poehling? No, isn't sufficient at all. And now a 4th, and they are dancing in the streets, right? 3rd and a 4th isn't sufficient at all. I'm actually surprised. Actually, we'll keep the 3rd and the 4th, and we add a 7th in 2029, and now they're dancing in the streets. Yeah, okay, there you go. I'm happy to accept this proposal. There you go. Ryan Poehling, welcome to the team. I'm not even sure how much we'll use him, but I like what he brings, and if there's any injuries or anything like that, we're good to go. So now we have to send somebody down. It's true because we have 3 goalies. So I'm not worried about that. We'll send down John Gibson. He's not going to get claimed, and if he does, no problem. So yeah, we'll send down John Gibson, and that's fine. And if we need another goalie, we'll call him up. But for now, yeah. So on offense, Weisblatt's been too good to take out, honestly. He has been too good. Maybe it's Aho then. He's been productive. He's been scoring, but we need the defense. So yeah, let's try it a little bit. Let's try Ryan Poehling in on that 4th line with Sissons and Weisblatt. Even though it's a -1 or whatever, that's a good defensive 4th line. Radish is bringing good things to the 3rd line. Here we go. We need to make this postseason. We can't afford any issues here. So we'll continue this next game against the Flyers. Last game here on deadline day. We'll sim through the deadline. There was our one move. Ryan Poehling, welcome to Detroit. Flipping a couple of picks, kind of ish, just our third and fourth. And let's go see this first game. We'll go check the trades around the league in a moment. On the road against the Flyers for Ryan Poehling's Red Wings debut. Ryan Poehling's Red Wings debut, yes. 3-1 to start the game. Mitchkov opens it up. Then Risanen, Edmondson, and Cowan getting 3 on Stuart Skinner. Thank you very much. Second period, 4-3. Moritz Seider shorthanded. Then Dellandrea and Konechny come back to get 2. They're now within 1. Third period, up by 1 against the Flyers on the road. Wells Fargo Center, power play Flyers, extended power play for them. Oh my goodness, we kill it all off somehow. One of the worst penalty kills. And Alex DeBrincat makes it 5-3. Speaking of which, I should put Poehling on the penalty kill. What am I thinking? But the Cat makes it a 2-goal game, and that should be enough. Thank you. 5-3 the final shots and 38-34. Wallstedt stands tall, and there you go, shorthanded goal, which I think ended up being the game winner for Moritz Seider, plus 5 hits first start of the game, count a goal and assist. Okay, back of the win column. Nick Foligno on waivers, 78 overall. No, Ryan Poehling fills that hole. I mean, we do have a ton of cap space, though, but then we have to put him through waivers anyways. If we could claim him and then send him through waivers, and he doesn't get claimed, then sure, but we can't keep him in the NHL. Foligno, go down. I think he made it. There you go. Okay, so now looking on the right, power play at 11.1%. Woo! All right, moves around the NHL. Anything happen at the deadline? Looking at player trading. Yeah, it looks like a lot, actually. So the Radish deal, the Poehling deal. Zub to the Oilers, but Colson to Vegas. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen to New Jersey. Adam Boqvist to St. Louis. Travis Sanheim to Minnesota. Fervry to San Jose. Samuel Montembeault in a package with Florian Jacki as well, going to the LA Kings. Mikey Anderson and Brian Dumoulin to the Canadiens. Ville Heinola to the Maple Leafs. Owen Tippett to the Avalanche. Sam O'Reilly to the Kings. A bunch of picks being swapped around for some reason. Danault to the Sharks. I was thinking about Danault if it wasn't Poehling. Danault goes to San Jose. Hoglander to Ottawa. Turcotte to the Blues. And there are your moves around the NHL. All right, into the final stretch now as we are pushing for the postseason. Let's go see the divisional games, especially the Canadiens and the Bruins. Yeah, any Canadiens and Bruins games, we got to be very careful of those. We're 33, 25, and 5. Nice record as of late, but it's going to take more than that in the Atlantic Division. Hosting the Bruins in a must-win. These are must-win games, and we go down 3-0. Oh my goodness, 4-0. 5-1 loss. Oh my goodness, no one can score a goal. 1 goal from Kevin Fiala. We lose 5-1. These are must-win games. No one heard me, I guess. These are must-win games. Serenity now. Here we go. Hosting the Flyers, 5-2 win. Now hosting the Sabres after that little homestand, actually. Hosting the Sabres, 4-2 win. There's win number 35. Marco Kasper is healthy. Okay, that's good. We're tied for a wild card spot. 4-1 win. We're in a wild card spot with still about a good ways to go. 7-4 shellacking, followed by a 5-3 win back on Long Island. In a wild card spot, fighting against the Senators, the Canadiens. The Bruins are probably too far away. It's 3 teams fighting for 1 spot with 13 games left. Oh my goodness. Do we give a start to Trey Augustine here on the road against the Canadiens? We probably should. It's a lot of games for Wallstedt now, and his numbers are okay, but not enough to make me say that it has to always be him. We're going to go to Trey Augustine, and now it's just Kevin Fiala who needs to fit, right? Fiala for the line fit? Yeah, let's try and get a conversation going. How are the numbers looking, by the way, here? Power play, 11.2. Still not pretty. Come on, Kevin. Oh, my goodness. Let's sim it here against the Canadiens on the road at the Bell Center. Centre Bell. Here we go. Contre le Canadien Montréal. The first period, 4-3 Canadiens. Oh, at least we're in it. Caulfield, Suzuki score twice. Fiala gets 1 back, then Doc. Then DeBrincat gets 2, and Doc gets another. So 2 for Doc, 2 for DeBrincat. 4 goals on 10 shots against Trey Augustine. He's not coming back anytime soon. Second period, 4-3 remains. Shots 25-17 in our favor. Power play Red Wings, please. Killed off. Power play Canadiens killed off as well. All back to even strength here with 12 minutes to go with the 1-goal lead for the Canadiens. Power play Habs again. Can't stay out of the box, and their Cole Caulfield scores as the power play expires. 5 goals on 22 shots against Trey Augustine, who sabotages us. Thank you, Trey. All right, so back to Wallstedt. I guess we got to only trust him all the way with Gibson backing up. And how is Ryan Poehling doing here as a Red Wing? 1 goal, -3 in 8 games. His 1 goal was a game winner, at least. Okay, so Aho's going to come back. And Weisblatt, I mean, 9 points plus 2, not bad. But let's get the 83 overall. Let's give him a chance. Let's give Poehling a chance. We trade for him. Let's do it. Poehling gives the 4th line a 0 on the chemistry. And for the penalty kill, Cowan Casper will keep Sissons Radish. Yeah, we're going to keep that. And Taylor Radish, how's he doing? 14 points in 19 games as a Red Wing. Yup. We're going to keep it like that. And for the goalies, Wallstedt back. And Augustine's going to go down. And Gibson's going to come up. Yeah, let's do that so that we can have Gibson backing up Wallstedt. All right, with Skinner, Rasmussen, and Weisblatt as the healthy scratches still. We have 3 extra forwards. Probably should have traded one of them, but we move on. Next game against the Bruins, on the road against Boston. The most important one. They had the best penalty kill in the NHL. Must win games. Is no one hearing my voice? Must win games. Something that middle 6 might have to change. Recent, I don't know. First period, thank you, 3-0. DeBrincat, and a power play goal from Larkin, and an even strength goal from Larkin. 3-0. Second period, 4-1. Lysell, then Nadeau answers back. 4-1 Red Wings. 3-goal cushion. We cannot let this slide. Power play goal from Middlestat as the penalty kill allows yet another goal. Hampus Lindholm, so help me. Thank you, Lugard Raymond. Lucas Raymond makes it 5-3, but Middlestat brings it back within 1. 5-4 Red Wings with 5 minutes to go. Please, Detroit. Why can no one do anything right? And now Boston gets a point at the very least, if not beating us. And we come out, Larkin wins it in overtime. We get 1 point over the Bruins. As we allow 4 goals, hat-trick from the captain. 4 goals allowed in the 3rd period, but the captain completes the hat-trick in overtime to put us where now in the standings? In the wild card, the Bruins won't catch even. Yeah, actually I said that. It's the Senators and the Canadiens that matter more. Oh my goodness, it's just like last season, coming down to the final day. Senators, Canadiens, no games against them coming up. Let's just go a couple of weeks now. Let's get simming. 38 wins on the year in the Atlantic Division. It's so difficult. On the road against the Blue Jackets. Columbus, 4-2 win against them. Looking for win number 40 here against the Winnipeg Jets. At home, 2-1 loss. At home against the Maple Leafs, 3-2 loss. Back-to-back 1-goal losses. The Hurricanes, so help me, 5-1 loss. And a 5-3 win against the Jets. All right, we are 1 point back of the Senators. We play them. It's going to come down to that last game against the Senators. It's all going to come down to that. Actually, hold on. Let me turn off auto. Let me make sure the goalies are right here. On the road against the Hurricanes, 2-1 win. That's big. Big 2-1 win. Oh my goodness, it's just as tight as last year. Let's go. Wallstedt against the Penguins here. 3-2 overtime win. We needed it. We need every single point. We're going to be getting to our pace of 44, if not more. I don't know, but we need more. With what, 4 games left now? Okay, Wallstedt, give you a break, and the final stretch is all yours. Kevin Fiala, please, with the final stretch of the season, can you please adapt your chemistry? We need everything we can get. It's play style, not even chemistry. And then he even says no to that. I wasn't even trying to. Wasn't enough time passed between asking him. All right, here we go. John Gibson. He only has 1 win all year. We need it here against the Penguins, the team that he almost went to, his hometown team, right? First period, 3-0. Thank you. DeBrincat, Carlson, Larkin. Second period, 3-1. Sidney Crosby on the power play. The Penguins are trying to make the playoffs themselves, right? Over the Metro. 4-1, Lucas Raymond. Good old Lugard. 4-1. Penguins power play goal makes it 4-2. They have 2-on-30 against Gibson. He's standing tall. We need a little bit more, though. Come on, Johnny. Thank you. The captain, Dylan Larkin, continues to come through in the slow sim. 5-2 the final. Big night from Johnny Gibson. 34 saves, gets some 3rd star. 2 goals and 3 assists. The captain is putting this team on his back. Lucas Raymond, a goal and 2 assists. 5-2 Red Wings. That's win number 43. And to bring... Oh my goodness, DeBrincat out until May 30th. That's it. That's it. Alex DeBrincat out for almost the entire year. We have no injuries all year. And Alex DeBrincat with the coming down to the postseason final games of who's gonna make the playoffs, can't even speak anymore. Out until May 30th. EA, I hate you. EA, I hate you. Upper body injury. Doesn't even tell us anything. Alex DeBrincat, who we kept, who was scoring, who was fitting the first line, who scored 36 goals in the end. DeBrincat ends with 63 points. He's on pace for what, 50-something? He ends with 63 points, more than last year in 79 games. He was having a resurgence, and then now he's out for the whole postseason, basically, unless we make, like, Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final. So cruel. So cruel. Who moves up now? Fiala didn't really do well there. He has 20 goals. Is it Riesenen and his 28 goals who moves up? Larkin, 32 goals. Raymond, do we need more of a playmaker or a goal scorer on that line? I wonder. Riesenen gives it a +4. Fiala gives it a +5. I think Fiala moves up. I mean, he wasn't great. What's his plus-minus even? Oh my goodness, these menus. +16. And Radish has been good. So Radish is going to go to the second line, no matter what change happens. And then Aho will move up. Weisblatt will come in on the fourth line. Yeah, Ozzy will come fourth line. We'll fix the special teams. This will be the lineup for the bottom 6. But does Riesenen or Fiala move up? That's a huge question. Fiala, more the playmaking. Riesenen, more of the scoring. Kasper and Radish, did they need a scorer? They probably need more of a scorer here. Riesenen, Kasper, and Radish. First line, Fiala, Larkin, Raymond. And I'll go and fix the special teams as we move to the final few games of the season. Okay, there are the lines. Riesenen and Aho are going to have to fill in a little bit more for DeBrincat on the special teams. And there we go, as we win 5-2 against the Penguins. Now putting us in that wild card spot, tied with the Canadiens with a game in hand. Senators are out, so it's not going to come down to that game against Ottawa. Still a must-win, but it's not going to come down to this game. The Canadiens are tied with us in points as we have a game in hand over them. Hosting the Senators without DeBrincat in our lineup with 3 games left in the season. This is going to be tough. We need everyone to pull their weight. Every single player needs to give it everything they have to make it into this postseason. First period, 1-0 Sens. Jamie Benn with 20 seconds left. Second period, 2-1 goal apiece. Zacha, then thank you, Lucas Raymond gets us 1. Shots are 26-22 for the Sens. We're not seeing any comebacks in these slow sims. When we go down, we stay down. But no, Taylor Radish ties this game at 2. Let's go. Tied up and anything can happen from here. Halfway through this third period, Zacha gets his second. At least get it to overtime. A tying goal, please. Someone late. The captain, Dylan Larkin. 3-3 game with 4 minutes to go now. Final 2 minutes, get it to overtime, please. Push to OT, yes, there's a point. There's a point, get that one more. Get one more point there. Easton Cowan, I know you're out there on the overtimes. Shootout, and the Red Wings win it, Kevin Fiala. 4-3, Red Wings win. 3 stars, Radish, Zacha, Raymond. Taylor Radish, I love you. Okay, huge shootout victory with 2 games left now. With 2 games left, we are 2 points up on the Canadiens with a game in hand as they lost their 81st game, it looks like. 2 games left in the season, Panthers and Sabres. I'll fix the AHL lines after. We're going to keep Wallstead, I think, for this game as, yes, still the same situation. We're tied with the Bruins even. If we could jump over the Bruins, that would be great to play against a slightly easier team, maybe. Here we go against the Panthers, who are 44-30-6, hosting Florida. Here we go. First period, 1-0 Lucas Raymond. Second period, 1-1 Sam Reinhart. Shots 26-22 Panthers through 40. Third period, Simon Edvinsson up on that top pair. Power play Panthers killed off by those penalty killers, but Lundell ties it soon after. Power play Panthers again killed off 2-2 game with 10 minutes to go. Again, just get this to OT. Just get this to OT, boys. 5 minutes to go, being outshot. Hang on for 3 minutes, or get the winner. Reese's Pieces. 2 minutes to go. Final minute. Yes, and the Red Wings win. Riesenen, the rookie, gets the game-winning goal, and it's a 34-save performance. First star Jesper Wallstedt. What a push to end the season here. What a push to end the season. Not just squeaking in. Is that enough to make it? Yes, it is. Not just squeaking in this year. 45 wins, if not 46. We've clinched the postseason. Jared Bednar, what do you got to say? Is he happy? We signed up for the playoffs this season, and now we clinched a spot. The team is ready for the challenge ahead. Influence XP, management morale. Congratulations, coach. Let's make this a memorable run. Oh my goodness, we made it. Last game of the year, let's give it to John Gibson to not have to be scared. Like, I'm not saying we want to lose, but let's just not risk any injuries here. John Gibson, you start the last game of the season. Could we even end with a divisional spot? That would be great. A divisional spot would be nice. We'll be against the Maple Leafs. Oh my goodness. Or we go in the wild card spot and then face the Metro maybe. Eesh. Maybe we do want to lose. I don't know. Let's just let the universe decide. We are 7-3-0 in our last 10. Last game of the season here against the Sabres. First period, 2-0 Buffalo. Kulich scores twice on the power play. Second period, 4-2. Radish and Larkin tie it, but then McLeod and Roseyan make it 4-2. Down by 2 here in the third. Let's let the universe decide. Power play, Red Wings. There you go. Dylan Larkin, man, putting it... Is he at 40 goals? He has to be. What a year from Dylan Larkin. Power play, Red Wings. Oh my goodness, Kevin Fiala has tied the game. Down 2, tied. Down 2, tied. Final 5 minutes. We were down 4-2. Can we pull this off? 5-4. 30 seconds to go. Overtime. And yes, we can. Who else but the captain? Dylan Larkin ends off year number 3 with a hat trick. Yet another game-winning goal that completes the hat trick. 2 assists from Simon Edvinsson. Red Wings win 5-4. Divisional spot, and we'll see you in the postseason. 97-point, 46-win season. Whew, I need a moment to breathe. Everybody has played game 82. Yes, all right. Whew. So, in the end, we get a divisional spot in the Atlantic with 97 points. We're facing, it looks like it'll be the Lightning. Lovely. In the entire NHL, we were the 6th best team in the NHL. The 6th best team. Meanwhile, the 12th place Canadians miss out. And the 17th place Kraken make it. Yeah, Penguins didn't make it in the end. That's too bad. The Wild finished dead last. Yeah. In the Metro, if we had finished in the second wild card, we would have faced the Blue Jackets, right? Might have been better, but still a 50-plus win team. Not going to be easy no matter what. So get ready for a tough one. Where do we finish in the league for certain stats? Let's see after all those little tinkerings that we did. Actually, only when we advance the page. So let me just go ahead and do it the good old-fashioned way. So 6th in the entire NHL, and we were sweating it to the final couple days. 3.33 goals for per game puts us 6th in the NHL. Yeah, we'll take that. 3.17 goals against, way too high, as it was closer to the more, yeah, it was like, what, 20th or something in the NHL? Not great. Power play, we got to 12.6. It was still 2, 3, 4, the 5th worst power play. Actually, no, the 6th worst power play in the NHL. It improved. It was like 26th instead of 30th, but yeah. Penalty kill ends at 83%. That's 8, 9, 10, 11th worst. Yeah, the special teams were not good this year. And we went 7-3-0 in our last 10 games. Dylan Larkin led the way with 91 points. Thank you, Captain. 36 goals and 91 points, a career-high season from our captain to get us to the postseason once again. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Lucas Raymond with 85 points, 1 goal away from 30. He's only been hit 30 once before, but a career high in points, 85, new career high. Point per game plus for the first time in his career as a plus 32 as well. Congrats to Lucas Raymond. Alex DeBrincat, 36 goals and 63 points in 79 games played. We're going to miss him in the playoffs. Kevin Fiala ends with 21 goals and 58 points. Was it the right choice not to trade him? We'll see. Could he be traded in the future? Absolutely, but for now we're happy. John Carlson ends with 55 points in his second year as a Red Wing. Is this it for John Carlson? It was a 2-year deal. We'll find out. Marco Kasper ends with 53 points as a -6. His plus-minus got better. Yes, it's a career high in points, but he's 24, 86 overall, playing 18 minutes per night. It's actually gone down the last little while, his ice time. I would have wanted closer to the 60-point echelon, but 53 is actually not bad. Radish, as a Red Wing, Taylor Radish put up 20 points in 31 games with 11 goals, averaging 15 of ice time. That was a great pickup. Shout out to Razor in the comments who told me about that one. Riesenen ends his rookie season with 29 goals and 49 points. Well done to Tuukka Riesenen, the 4th overall pick in 2027. Moritz Seider, 49 points and a plus 17. He had a strong second half. Easton Cowan, 39 points in his rookie season. Well done to Easton. Bradley Nadeau, 37 points in his sophomore year. Would have wanted a little bit more. In his rookie year, he put up 35. Now, in his sophomore year, playing 3 more minutes per night, he scores just 2 more points. Okay. Max Aho, 33 points in 74 games as a -19. I don't know what's up with his plus-minus, but okay. Simon Edmondson, 31 points, plus 27. Ryan Poehling as a Red Wing scores 1 goal as a -4 in 20 games. So I'm not sure he even starts in the postseason. You let me know your suggestions. Oh my goodness. Sandin Pellikka, 24 points and a plus 16. He didn't get to 32. I think that was his pace. But he does grow to an 80 overall, which is great. He had a lot of ice time of 18:41 this season. Sissons, 18 points in 77 games. Bernard Docker, 15 points and a plus 7 in 65. Weisblatt, 9 points plus 2 in 32 games. He slowed down. Skinner, 9 in 46. Rasmussen, 8 in 51. Lyubushkin, 7 points plus 3 in 51 games. Goaltending, Jesper Wallstedt goes 33, 19, and 5 with 2 shutouts, a .908 save percentage, and 3.01 goals against average. Gibson goes 3-4-0 with a .912 save percentage and 3.01 goals against average. And Trey Augustine, we can't see his numbers right now because he's in the AHL. But yeah, pretty similar actually. Now, in the entire NHL, just to quickly peek over here, Jack Eichel had 115 points to win the Art Ross. The Rocket goes to Austin Matthews with 58 goals and 108 points. Most assists, I'm curious. 88 from Cale Makar. Whoa, 114 points from Cale Makar. I didn't notice that. He finished second in the NHL in points. Whoa. Defense after Cale Makar, Victor Hedman. All right. For goaltenders, Anthony Stolarz, 43 wins. Probably a Vezina year from Stolarz, actually, looking at that. Okay. And for the rookie skaters, James Hagens had his rookie season, scoring 65 points. Cole Yzerman as well, 30 goals. So recent and great rookie season, but 4th in rookie scoring. He'll get some Calder votes for sure, but I don't think he'll win the Calder, sadly. Rookie goalies, Jacob Fowler now in the NHL. Yeah, big rookie year for 2027-28. Now, just a few guys we're curious about, as always, just to go back in the archives if anybody is curious. Mason McTavish, 59 points and -15 in a full season in LA. Not a great year for Mason McTavish. And Quinn Hughes signed in LA. Only 55 points as a 96 overall, making $21.1 million after 84 points in Vancouver. Whoa, that's crazy. And then over in Minnesota, Mike Matheson, what did he do with the Wild, who will also... He'll also be with them next season with another year on his contract. 19 points on the year, 9 points, -15 in 30 games. So 1 less point in 18 less games. So he did better, I'd say, with the Wild than with the Red Wings. So at least there's that for Minnesota. How about the AHL scoring, though? AHL, just look at Grand Rapids. It's a tough year in Grand Rapids. 57 points from Amadeus Lombardi, 52 from Farrell. How about the guys we want growth from? Yeah, the guys who got the most ice time we want growth from. 37 points, -32 from Plante. 36 points, -31 from Dower Nilsson. And 34 points, -34 from Carter Bear. Oh my goodness. And the goaltending, Landon Miller was actually okay for such a bad team. 5 shutouts as well. Okay. And there you have it. Wow, what a season, ladies and gentlemen. What a season. And in round 1 of the 2028 postseason for the next episode as we move into the playoffs for episode number 10 of our series, we're facing off against the Tampa Bay Lightning. So yeah, looking at our record on the side, 27th in the power play, 22nd in the penalty kill, 6th in goals for, 22nd in goals against. Lightning 2nd in goals for, 6th in goals against, 2nd in the power play, 18th for the penalty kill. Kucherov with 107 points on the year as well. Yeah, that is not going to be easy against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Maybe we can think about contract extensions to move into the postseason, but that's about it. For anything you might have suggestions on. John Carlson, would we want to extend him? Is it time to let him walk? He wants 1 year at 8.6. If Radish were to extend, he's making 6.4 right now. He would want 5.3, which is actually not a bad number after what he's showing us production-wise. Poehling, Rasmussen, etc., etc. Fyodorov, by the way, what has he done over in the KHL? He scored 26 goals and 46 points in 53 games. Can't wait to see him in the lineup next season as well. We'll look at Vico, still 78 overall. And over in Liga, 11 points plus 17 in 54 games. Okay. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Year number 3, the regular season comes to an end. Very sadly, without Alex DeBrincat being healthy. This will be our lineup moving into round number 1 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. We lost in 5 last year to the Maple Leafs. Now this year, after finishing as the 6th best team in the NHL, can we bring more fight to round 1? Tough facing such a big matchup without a 36-goal scorer in our lineup. But we will do our best. So leave me your suggestions down here on YouTube and in the Discord server, link in the description. Any suggestions for the forward lines at even strength, the power play, this is Unit 1, this is Unit 2, or for the penalty kill, as this is Unit 1, this is Unit 2, and this is Unit 3. Looking forward to hearing your suggestions. Moving into the postseason for our third year here in Detroit. We've made it in back-to-back years, but now it's time to take that next step. Yes, it's against a very difficult team, one of the best in the NHL, but that's no excuse. The expectations are rising, and therefore the performances must as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell to be notified of all of our franchise modes, career simulations. The Lane Hudson career sim just came out a few days ago, and all of our live streams with MLB, HLM, more coming in the month of November especially. Become a channel member if you haven't already. A ton of perks for you at a couple dollars per month, helping to make so much on the channel here possible. So thank you to our channel members, and thank you to all of you for taking the time to enjoy the episode. I look forward to seeing you once again in the next one for that 2028 postseason.